Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We will now screen a short safety and event etiquette video announcement. Please pay attention to the screens in front of you.
May we have your attention, please? This is a public safety announcement. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to International Islamic University, Malaysia.
You are now in the IIUM Cultural Center.
Upon the sound of a fire alarm or when evacuation order has been issued, please evacuate the building immediately. Emergency situations can be triggered by the presence of potential hazards such as fire and natural disaster. This building has 10 main emergency exits. Please take notes on emergency evacuation routes, locations of exit doors and staircases. Exit signs will remain illuminated at all time. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit to you. During evacuation process, please remain calm and walk to the nearest exit according to predetermined evacuation routes. If you are in the upper floor, please familiarize yourself with staircase locations. For faster and safer evacuation process, please refrain from talking and running. Once you are outside the building, please proceed to the nearest assembly point and wait for further instruction. Thank you for your attention. This message is brought to you by IIUM Safety and Health Committee. Safety is as simple as A, B, C. Always be careful.
Bismillah. The procession enters the hall. Please rise.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم آمين تذكر جيراني بذي سلامي ماذا دمعا جرى من مقلة بدم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم أم هبت الريح من تلقاء كاظمتي وأمضى البرق في ظلاء من إضام يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم آمين تذكر جيراني بذي سلامي ماذا دمعا جرى من مقلة بدم واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع
The royal procession enters the hall. Please remain standing.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم آمين تذكر جيراني بذي سلامي ماذا دمع جرى من مقلة بدمي واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع
Hadirin dipersilakan duduk.
Menghadap ke bawah duli yang maha mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agong, Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria, binti almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Alallah Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj, Ketua Perlembagaan Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Malaysia. Ampun tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun, sembah patik harap diampun. Patik bagi pihak sekalian yang hadir, merafak sembah dan menjunjung setinggi-tinggi kasih di atas perkenan ke bawah duli yang maha mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Tuanku, berangkat mencemar duli menyempurnakan perasmian pembukaan Majlis Convocation UIAM ke-37 ini. Keberangkatan ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Sri Paduka Baginda Tuanku adalah merupakan penghargaan yang amat bermakna kepada kami patik-patik sekalian. Ampun tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun, sembah patik, mohon diampun. Patik memohon limpah perkenan ke bawah duli Yang Maha Mulia Sri Paduka Baginda Tuanku untuk Patik mengendalikan acara seterusnya di dalam bahasa Inggeris. Ampun Tuanku. Honorable Tan Sri Samsudin Osman, President of the International Islamic University Malaysia, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of IIUM, Yang amat dihormati the District Chieftain of Gombak, Datuk Orang Kaya Mahabijaya, Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja, Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pawante, and Yang Berbahagia Tuan Siti Sarah Hussein, Mr. John R. Crane, Honorable Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad, Founder of Health Action International Asia Pacific, Yang Amat Mulia Paduka Ananda, Honorable guests, respected University Management Committee and Senate members, parents and graduands of the 37th IIUM Convocation Ceremony, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good morning.
Her Majesty, Sri Paduka Baginda, the Raja Pemaisuri Agong, Tunku Hajah Aziza Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria, binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, the constitutional head of the International Islamic University Malaysia, will now declare open the 37th Convocation Ceremony of the International Islamic University Malaysia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hereby declare open the first session of the 37th Convocation Ceremony of the International Islamic University Malaysia for the presentation of degrees and awards.
Menjunjung kasih Tuanku. Ampun Tuanku, I have the pleasure to call upon Ustaz Muhammad Rashid Reda bin Muhammad Shukri from the Center for Languages and Pre-University Academic Development to recite Suratul Alaq.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ampun Tuanku, it is with great honor that I call upon Honorable Tan Sri Samsudin Osman, President of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to deliver his speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wa mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Menghadap Kebahagiaan Yang Maha Mulia Si Paduka Baginda Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tengku Hajah Hajizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria binti almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj, Ketua Perlembagaan Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Malaysia. Ampun tangku, beribu ampun, sembah patih, harap diampun. Patih bagi pihak sekalian yang hadir, merapat sembah dan menjunjung setinggi kasih di atas perkenaan Kebahagiaan Yang Maha Mulia Si Paduka Baginda Tuanku berangkat mencemaduli menyempurnakan perasmian pembukaan Majlis Convocation UIAM ke-37 ini. Keberangkatan Kebahagiaan Yang Maha Mulia Si Paduka Baginda Tuanku adalah merupakan penghargaan yang amat bermakna kepada kami patih sekalian. Ampun Tuanku, beribu ampun. Sembah patih, mohon diampun. Patih mohon ampuni limpah perkenan Kebahagiaan Yang Maha Mulia Tuanku untuk mengendalikan seterusnya acara dalam bahasa Inggeris. Ampun Tuanku. Excellencies, Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of IIUM, Yang Ahmad dihormati, the District Chieftain of Gombak, Datuk Orang Kaya Mahavijaya Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pawante, Mr. John R. Crane, Honorable Datuk Sri Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad, Halal International Asia Pacific, Honorable guests, respected University Management Committee and Senate members, parents and graduates of the 37th Iium Convocation Ceremony, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good morning. All praise is due to Allah, and may Allah's peace and blessing be upon His final messenger, His pure family, His noble companions, and all those who follow them with righteousness until the day of judgment. On behalf of everyone present in this auspicious hall, it is indeed an honor to welcome Her Majesty, Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Pemaisuri Agong, Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj, the constitutional head of International Islamic University of Malaysia, to the 37th Convocation Ceremony. I also welcome all the dignitaries to this grand ceremony, including esteemed professors, associate professors, lecturers, researchers, parents, and of course our graduates who are present here. I heartily congratulate and join guests and scholars in effecting recognition of eminent leaders, organizations, and the resilient graduates of IIUM who will be receiving the degrees today. Excellencies, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, today humankind is facing immense challenges, from climate change to food insecurities, political turmoil to economic distresses, endless discrimination to constant threats of diseases. To add salt to the wound, it was reported that nearly 500,000 of Malaysian children are struggling with mental health issues. Our teenagers are refusing tertiary education, while young adults are on the verge of bankruptcy. In this undeniably difficult time, to despair is not an option. What is then left for us? Thrive, for Allah has promised us. Verily, every hardship comes with it and ease. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Fa'inna ma'al usri yusra al-Isra, verse 5. In this pandemic period, the world is in need more than ever for individuals like yourself to be at the forefront in making a difference and building a better future. It is a tough task, but walking the road that is not taken by many should be our jihad. The world is not just intellectuals. Beyond that, it is kind-hearted persons who are able to empathize and are ever willing to offer a helping hand. Be assured that your choice in pursuing excellence that brought you to this garden of knowledge and virtue is a destiny for the select few. You are destined to graduate and lead the way and meet the challenges and be a key and crucial part in innovating solutions and building a better and sustainable world we are hoping for. Leading the way for the future entails shaping new knowledge and innovative ideas that transcend physical boundaries to achieve a future that every human being may benefit from. I have faith that IIUM Education has equipped each one of you with distinguished qualities to qualify you to fulfill your task as a Khalifa. Dear graduates, for almost 4 decades, IIUM has been constantly producing leaders of the Ummah. Our graduates keep rising to a higher pedestal, leading the society in every corner of the world. Upon receiving your degrees today, you also join our outstanding alumni to continue translating the mission and vision of the university into action. As you move on from the International Islamic University in Malaysia, remember all that you have gained from here. Remember all that you have given for this university and continue to be a part of this great family of over 100,000 alumni from more than 100 countries around the globe. And remember too that we will continue to take pride in your future achievements as we take pride in your achievements thus far. Kepada para ibu bapa dan adik keluarga, saya ingin mengambil peluang ini merakamkan sendiri ucapan penghargaan di atas sokongan dan dorongan yang tidak berbelah bagi demi merealisasikan impian para graduan menggenggam ijazah kedoktoran. Saya pasti perjalanan mereka untuk sampai ke puncak kejayaan hari ini Sebahagiannya adalah kerana berkat doa dan sokongan para ibu bapa dan ahli keluarga tercinta. Semoga kita semua akan terus tabah mengharungi cabaran-cabaran hari ini dan hari-hari mendatang. Kami di UIAM amat berbesar hati kerana telah diberikan amanah dan kepercayaan untuk mendidik anak-anak kalian. Once again, I would like to sincerely congratulate all graduates of this session. My sincerest admiration and congratulations to your families and of course you. And not forgetting, of course, the IUM community who has come together to help you throughout your journey. Ampun tuanku, beribu ampun, sembah patik mohon diampun. Sekianlah saja persembahan ucapan patik. Patik merapat doa semoga Allah Subhanahu wa taala mengurniakan kesihatan dan kesejahteraan yang berkekalan kepada Kebahaduliah MAJLIS Baginda Raja Pemaisuri Agong sebagai Ketua Perlembagaan UIAM. Ampun tuanku. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ampun Tuanku, Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda Diraja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariah binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Alallah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, Constitutional Head of the International Islamic University Malaysia, will now deliver the royal address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allahumma salli ala sayyidil fatih lima uhlika wal hatimi lima sabak wa nasil haqi bil haqi wal hadi ila siratikal mustaqim wa ala alihi wa sahbihi haqqa qadri wa miqdaril azim. Bismillahillazi la yadurru ma ismihi syai'un fil ardi wa la fis sama wa huwas samiul alim. My utmost gratitude to the Almighty for His blessings that we are here in the garden of knowledge and virtue, attending this momentous occasion. First and foremost, on behalf of this university, I offer our deepest condolences on the passing away of the former Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Abe Shinzo, the recipient of the Honorary Doctorate in Political Economy in the recent 36th Iium Convocation. It is a loss not only to the Japanese people, but also to the world, and we mourn his passing and honor his legacy and contribution. He was truly a courageous leader, a leader of peace. Today, as we are here to celebrate and recognize great accomplishments, my heartfelt congratulations goes to firstly, Yang Amat Dihormati Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pak Wan Teh, Datuk Orang Kaya Maha Bijaya Gombak, or the District Chieftain of Gombak, Orang Besar Gombak, who will be receiving Honorary Doctorate degree in Community Transformation and Islamic Da'wah. Your profound expertise in transforming the society is truly admirable. I have known him for more than 50 years, though I'm only 26 years old. Secondly, to Mr. John Crane, who is here to receive the posthumous honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Civilizational Dialogue on behalf of his late father, Dr. Robert Dixon Crane, who was also known as Farooq Abdul Al-Haq. His wisdom has shed light to many in the Muslim world. And thirdly, the Health Action International Asia Pacific, or HAIAP, who will be receiving the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award for Global Transformation. Your endless contribution in advocating humanity is undeniably remarkable. And finally, to all graduates, award winners, and proud parents, your astounding successes are the testament of true dedication and hard work in enduring exceptional challenges. You are the symbol of IIUM's excellence. Continue to blossom. Be proud to carry the flag of IIUM as we take pride in you. As you embark on new journeys, embrace the values that you have gained from IIUM, an institution that aims to produce Sejahtera individuals, possessing extraordinary qualities, leading the world guided by knowledge and empathy, bringing mercy to all. I ardently hope that this institution has molded you in becoming a person of khair, intellectuals who are the cutting edge in every discipline of knowledge, offering solutions and breakthroughs. I wish you nothing but the best in your next endeavors. Saya juga ingin bercakap di dalam bahasa Melayu. Minta izin boleh tidak? Tadi Tan Sri Samsudin minta izin nak cakap dalam bahasa orang putih. Saya ingin mengucapkan tahniah kepada semua graduan-graduan yang mendapat awards hari ini. Saya berdoa semoga anda semua terus berkhidmat untuk memajukan negara kita yang tercinta ini. Dan semoga Allah merahmati anda semua. By the authority vested in me as the constitutional head of the International Islamic University Malaysia, I hereby confer on the graduates the degrees as listed in the 37th Convocation book. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Menjunjung kasih Tuanku. Ampun Tuanku, I have the pleasure to call upon Honorable Professor Dr. Shukran Abdul Rahman, Dean AbdulHamid AbuSulayman, Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences, to deliver the citation on the recipient of the honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Community Transformation and Islamic Da'wah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Menghadap ke bawah Duli Yang Maha Mulia Seri Paduka Baginda Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tuanku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariyah binti almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, Ketua Perlembagaan Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Malaysia. Ampun Tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun, sembah patik harap diampun. Patik memohon limpah perkenan ke bawah Duli Yang Maha Mulia Seri Paduka Baginda Tuanku untuk patik menyampaikan ucapan di dalam bahasa Inggeris. Ampun Tuanku. Honorable President and Rector of IIUM, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, yang amat dihormati the District Chieftain of Gombak, Datuk Orang Kaya Mahabijaya Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja, Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pawanteh, and yang berbahagia Tok Puan Siti Sarah Hussein. Mr. John R. Crane, Honorable Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad, Founder of Health Action International Asia Pacific, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. It is my privilege to introduce to Her Majesty and all audience in this august hall the recipient of the honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Community Transformation and Islamic Da'wah. Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja, Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pawanteh, was born on the 18th of January in 1930 in the state of Pahang. He started his schooling in Tanjung Malim and attended Victoria Institution in Kuala Lumpur. Upon attaining his MCS Law, Parts 1, 2, and 3, Yang Amat Dihormati Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja started his government duties as an assistant district officer in Kuala Lumpur and completed his service as the Deputy Secretary General at the Ministry of Information. Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja has been appointed as Ahli Dewan Diraja Selangor in 1983 and was honoured as Orang Besar Daerah Gombak, or the representative of Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sultan Selangor in the district of Gombak in the year 2002, a position he holds until today. With the position, Tan Sri has been giving great attention and cooperation with various government offices, agencies, religious authorities, and education institutions in ensuring the welfare of the people in Gombak. Tan Sri is a respected figure at the state and national levels. Tan Sri has been the source of ideas and inspiration to many, including the community of UIAM in general and the AbdulHamid AbuSulayman Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences in particular. The conferment of Honorary Doctorate degree in Community Transformation and Islamic Da'wah upon Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja is to record the university's recognition for his contribution to transforming the community, including through various IUM academic activities that he inspired, that he supported, facilitated, and participated. Tan Sri has made significant contribution to intellectual, social, and educational development at various levels which deserve due recognition from various communities, including this university. In terms of his contribution to intellectual development, the roles of Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja is significant in conceptualizing and directing the university activities to the Gombak context. His initiatives to address psychosocial phenomena has brought him into the Department of Psychology in the Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences some 15 years ago to look for academics who could conduct research to identify the religious attitudes and behaviors among youth in Gombak. Tan Sri has provided vital direction and local knowledge for the synergized academic projects in the Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences. As a result, there has been a good connection between academic activities and community members in the district of Gombak. Tan Sri has also been giving his attention and raising his concerns over the increasingly high psychosocial issues in the community. To him, the phenomena could be attributed to the lack of religious understanding, a critical factor in constructing the moral behavior of human beings. Tan Sri has been making remarkable contribution to various social transformation activities, including the fights against drug abuse through his leadership in Pemadam. He is leading 70,000 government pensioners through the Government Pension Association Malaysia, whose mission is to promote and lead a meaningful and productive old age among pensioners. Tan Sri has also played a significant role in shaping the community's opinion towards Muslims. His focus is on changing the negative narrative of Islam, which has prevailed repeatedly in many places. This was demonstrated in his response to the lack of interfaith understanding among Muslims and non-Muslims. He is also concerned about the Islamic education process and the deteriorating moral values and religious understanding among social members. In transforming the society, Tan Sri has initiated strategic initiatives to strengthen the roles of the mosque education program. He mobilized support from various parties to design programs which could nurture the right understanding of Islamic teachings and develop good values among individuals in the community. Tan Sri views the importance of education in transforming the society. He underscores the need to turn mosque into a community development and transformation center, transcending the place of worship. He believes that each mosque should be transformative, active and proactive, in educating the community, warranting most committee members to strengthen the communication of ideas to the community, regardless of any aspect, especially politics, economy, security, and education. The conferment of this honorary doctorate degree in community transformation Islamic da'wah reflects the IUM's recognition upon a distinguished community leader who has made genuinely significant impacts on the society. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Menjunjung kasih Tuan.
Ampun Tuanku, Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda, the Raja Permaisuri Agong will now confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Community Transformation and Islamic Dawah upon Yang Amat Dihormati Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pak Wan Teh, Datuk Orang Kaya Mahabijaya Gombak. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku,
Ampun Tuanku, Yang amat dihormati Tan Sri Datuk Paduka Raja Datuk Haji Wan Mahmud bin Pak Wan Teh, Datuk Orang Kaya Mahabijaya Gombak, is now invited to deliver the acceptance speech.
Ampun Tuanku. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Dan selamat sejahtera. Ampun Tuanku, beribu ampun, sembah patik, harap diampun. Menghadap ke bawah duli yang maha mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agong Tuanku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariah bin Almarhum Al-Mutawakil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj, Ketua Perlembagaan Universiti Islam Antarabangsa. Dengan penuh takzim, patik menjunjung kasih atas kurniaan anugerah yang sangat bermakna pada hari ini. Patik merafak sembah, doa yang ikhlas dan kudus kehadrat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Semoga ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Tuanku bersama ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Sri Paduka Baginda yang di-Pertuan Agong serta paduka-paduka anak anda terus memperoleh keafiatan dari Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Ampun tuanku, patik mohon izin ke bawah duli yang maha mulia tuanku untuk patik meneruskan ucapan ini di dalam bahasa Inggeris untuk para hadirin yang lain. Honorable President and Rector of International Islamic University, Malaysia, Excellencies and Honorable International Islamic University Malaya Board of Governors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to record my heartiest appreciation to Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agong for conferring upon me the Honorary Doctorate degree in Community Transformation and Islamic Da'wah. I must emphasize that the magnanimity of His Royal Highness Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sultan Selangor in giving me the opportunity and trust and freedom in inspiring and spearheading the community development activities in the district of Gombak, which certainly proved to be of immense benefit to the subjects of His Royal Highness. Ladies and gentlemen, a doctorate from any university is something which is much sought by everyone, but a doctorate from a prestigious university like the university, that International Islamic University, is something one cannot imagine. I wish to record my deep appreciation to the International Islamic University of Malaya for conferring upon me a distinguished award which is indeed going to be very inspiring in my life ahead. The establishment of the International Islamic University of Malaya in this district is a pride to be upheld. I feel proud to see the district of Gombak being a hub of educational activities for many young men and women from all over the world. I am particularly thankful to AbdulHamid at AbuSulayman Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences for constantly engaging me in the efforts of meeting and addressing the psychological, social, and religious issues faced by the Gombak Islamic community. It is through such engagements that managed that I managed to express my views to the way Islam is taught to the community. I was able to express my belief that the current methods of Islamic educational needed to be improved in line with Islamic practices applicable in our daily life. Instead of giving emphasis on rhetorical religious input or customs, much lacking in the true Islamic substance. In such meetings, I emphasize for due collection of facts that the program could be properly designed. Alhamdulillah, the dedicated commitment of the team led by Professor Shukran, Professor Abdul Wahaluddin Rais, and Dr. Muhammad Abdul Jamil from UIAM conducted initial research to identify the types of psychological issues, psychosocial issues in the district of Gombak. I believe that strategic initiative should be formulated to improve the ways to which Islam and to educate our Muslim community and transformation of mosque as a Muslim development center instead of just a place of worship. Alhamdulillah, the university has given attention to these suggestions and has embarked on projects beneficial to the community. One of them is the mosque post-material Iraq project, which has come up with the mosque study curriculum accepted by the religious authorities of Selangor. I would like to accord my sincere thanks and congratulations to the researchers of the project of the UIAM for all the great initiatives in engaging various parties and addressing the community issues. Such projects will certainly forge strategic collaboration, including international researchers and students alike. I believe better efforts for such issues by the university will bring about meaningful regards to the community. I am confident that the community development program, which are based on relevant knowledge and supported by adequate information on needs of the community, would be able to lead to good acceptance by the community. Ladies and gentlemen, let me clarify that all the suggestions made by me in this speech today is not intended to belittle or criticize the individuals and organizations that have been carrying out the education of Islam in this country. But it is only my way of persuading everyone to make good better and to make better best. Para hadirin yang saya hormati, bersama-samalah kita berdoa International Islamic University akan terus berdiri teguh dan utuh di dalam mendidikkan anak bangsa dan perwira ummah dan seluruh pelosok dunia ini. Patik maklumkan persembah ucapan ini patik dengan pesanan orang tua. Patik suka akhiri ucapan patik ini dengan pesanan orang tua yang berikut. Majulah tanpa menyingkir. Naiklah tanpa menjatuhkan. Jadilah baik tanpa melekehkan. Dan jadilah benar tanpa menyalahkan. Ampun tuanku, sekali lagi patik menjunjung kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agong di atas pengaduan yang sama yang patik sangat hargai. Wassalamualaikum tuanku.
Jazakallah khair yang amat dihormati Tan Sri. May Allah bless upon you the best of iman and health. Amin. Ampun tuanku, I have the pleasure to call upon Honorable Professor Dr. Abdulaziz Bergaud, Dean, International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilization, to deliver the citation on the recipient of the honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Civilizational Dialogue, posthumous.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda, the Raja Permaisuri Agong Tuanku Hajja Aziza Amina Maymuna Iskandariya, Binti Al-Marhum Al-Mutawakkil ala Allah, Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, the constitutional head of the International Islamic University, Malaysia, Honorable President and Director of IIUM, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, Honorable the District Chieftain of Gombak, Mr. John Crane, Honorable Datusri Dr. Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad, founder of Health Action International Asia Pacific, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I present the citation of Professor Robert Dixon Crane. A warm welcome to Mr. John Crane, the son of the late Professor Robert Dixon Crane, who has joined us today from the United States of America to witness the conferment of Honorary Doctorate upon the late Professor Crane in Civilizational Dialogue from the International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilization, IIUM. To be here on this day, honoring our beloved scholar and outstanding personality, shows the scores and contributions made by Professor Robert Dixon Crane in his intellectual and life journey. Today, we honor the visionary, the intellectual, the academician, the thinker, the Muslim activist who had dedicated his life to serve Islam and humanity through ideas and building bridges of dialogue and civilizational engagement. Professor Crane, who is also known as Farouk Abdul-Haq, was born on 26 March 1926 in Cambridge, MA, USA. He converted to Islam in 1980. He passed away on the 12th of December 2021. Professor Crane received his bachelor degree from Northwestern University, Evanston, Illinois, in 1956, with the highest distinction. He also obtained his Juris Doctor, Doctor of Law, from Harvard Law School, Cambridge, MA, USA, in 1981. He was the former advisor to the late President of the United States of America, Richard Nixon, and was the Deputy Director for Planning of the United States National Security Council. He held several posts within the White House and the Department of State, and later advising President Ronald Reagan on matters relating to Islamic movements of the Muslim world. He had authored and co-authored more than a dozen books and over 50 professional articles on comparative legal systems, global strategy, informational management, and Islamic jurisprudence and thought. Professor Crane's career focused on the role of think tanks in managing paradigms of thought as key to artificial intelligence, starting in 1966 to 1969 as director of the Third World Studies at the Hudson Institute, USA. Since its founding in 2001, Professor Crane had been the chairman of the board of the Center for Understanding Islam and Muslims, based in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, USA. The International Islamic University in Malaysia is particularly known for all which is noble and for the common good of the Ummah and humanity. For many years, our university has nurtured graduates who have promoted the concept of humanity and cultural civilizational exchange and dialogue as rahmatan lil alameen. As a matter of fact, in 2014, Professor Crane delivered a keynote address at the Third International Seminar on Interfaith Harmony and Tolerance and award ceremony in the International Islamic University Malaysia, the Garden of Knowledge and Virtue. Professor Crane, in his long life career, contributed immensely in many ways, among others, served as the ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, appointed by President Ronald Reagan, served as the principal Muslim activist and da'i at the Islamic Center in Washington, D.C., director of publication in the International Institute of Islamic Thought, director of the legal division in the American Muslim Council, and was elected president of the Muslim American Bar Association, president of the Center for Policy Research, which develops grand strategy to infuse Islamic thought in a systematic and professional way into the formation of policy in Washington, D.C. On January 2012, served as director, Center for the Study of Islamic Thought and Muslim Societies, Qatar Faculty of Islamic Studies. Professor Crane was an active writer for the American Muslim website. He also published many books, including Planning the Future of Saudi Arabia, a model for achieving national priorities, Shaping the Future, Challenges and Responses. He also published many articles, among others, The Role of Religion in America, the Muslim challenge in America and the world. As a scholar, he was honored in the annual publication, The Muslim 500, the most influential Muslims in the world. In his comprehensive position paper at the World Muslim Communities Council, UEA, Ramadan Series 2020, Professor Crane showed deep understanding of the civilizational values and principles of Islam. He splendidly summarized the core values and principles of Islam into 8, namely, respect for divine revelation and freedom of religion, respect for the human person and life, respect for family and community, respect for the environment, respect for economic justice, respect for political justice, respect for human dignity and honor, respect for knowledge and dissemination of thought. Professor Robert Crane has set an exemplary model of a scholar and intellectual who advocates the civilizational and cultural values of Islam, aspiring towards enhancing intercultural and intercivilizational dialogue across communities and the world at large, paving the way for dialogue, peace, cooperation, and the common good of humanity. He urges us to take our responsibility to bring humanity together and create bridges for a better future. In closing, I wish all the best to his family and pray to the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the soul of the late Professor Robert Dixon Crane and grant him paradise for all his kind efforts and works. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Ampun Tuanku, Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda Diraja Permaisuri Agong will now confer the posthumous honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Civilizational Dialogue upon Allahyarham Dr. Robert Dixon Crane, Dr. Farooq Abdul Haq. Mr. John R. Crane, the son of Allahyarham Dr. Robert Crane, is now invited to receive the award on behalf of the family. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku,
Ampun Tuanku, Mr. John R. Crane will now deliver a special message on behalf of his family.
Her Majesty, Seri Paduka, Baginda, Raja Permaisuri Agong, Tanku Haja Aziza Amina Mimuna Iskandaria, Binti Al-Hamun Al-Mutakalil Al-Waq Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj. Honorable President and Rector of the Forum, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My father was so proud that you decided to confer on him the Honorary Doctorate degree. He would have been here 2 years ago. We had the COVID crisis. We had no more transportation. And so as a result, he was not able to actually receive it himself. My father died last December. And he came from a family of soldiers and scholars. My father admired his father as I admire my father. His father had a PhD from Harvard University, and he taught there many years. So this is a great honor for him because he is following in the footsteps of his father. As you know, to understand, you need to ask questions. The answers you receive may give you insight. The first question is, what do you need to know about my father? You need to know that my father died in my arms after facing the angel of death with equanimity. His soul returned to the God of Abraham. My father was compassionate in all that he did. And he was a guide to me for my student days in Cairo, to his later years as a professor in Qatar, and then on his return to the United States, where we shared a house together as a multi-generational family. The second question is, why did he pursue a career as a strategic thinker? Well, my father came from a family of privilege, but my father rejected that privilege. He was, however, proud of his family, and he wanted to contribute to the constitutional republic and the values and ideas in the Bill of Rights, which are attached to our Constitution. He knew that he came from an old pre-revolutionary family. Stephen Crane was a representative to the First Continental Congress in 1774. He was there to defend his rights as an Englishman. His brother fought and died as an officer under General George Washington. His family fought to establish our current constitutional republic. Two of his cousins that he grew up with served in Congress. One was the dean of the Republicans in the House of Representatives. My father was a deputy at the U.S. National Security Council under his friend Richard Nixon. His younger brother was the Senate-confirmed Chief of Staff of the U.S. Security Council under President Trump. The third question is, what did my father advise President Nixon? The question at that point was, how do you win a Cold War? How do you win a complete and total global war between two radically incompatible systems where there is no compromise possible. One side would win and one side would lose. My father said the answer is simple. It is right in front of us. We just haven't been able to see. To win the Cold War, we need to expand the battlefield, to use all resources and all natural allies. The answer was, Islam is our friend. Islam shares our values. Islam is a source for positive change. Islam is the pivot point for the future. All of that was and continues to be true. The fourth question is, how and when did my father encounter Islam? Well, by definition, anyone who submits their will to the God of Abraham is a Muslim. In the Hebrew Tanakh, what is called the Old Testament, the messengers of God are Muslim. In the Greek Testament, Jesus and his followers are Muslim. So I have always known my father as a Muslim. And I remember the exact moment in a fishing village in MUHARRAM, north of Manama, almost 50 years ago, when my father understood that to be a Muslim meant you needed to be a Muslim. I remember, because it was Ramadan, it was August, and it was the Persian Gulf. An old man on the way to prayer saw that we were lost and suffering. And he said he would give us water. After prayer, the old man invited us to his MAJLIS. We spent hours with him as he explained Islam to us. As a good son, I sat and said nothing while the elders spoke. I saw my father gradually understand the answer was Islam. After we left, I remember turning to my father and asking, "But Father, what took you so long to understand?" The fifth question is, was my father alone as a Muslim? The answer is yes and no. The first Muslims arrived in what is now the United States over 400 years ago. Perhaps 100,000 Muslims were transported in bondage, but they left a history. They left an imprint. They left a fingerprint. We know that Muslim soldiers, by their names, fought under General George Washington. Our second and third presidents, President Adams, President Thomas Jefferson, wrote correspondence regarding requests from Muslims. Muslims asking for redress. Muslims asking to go back home to Africa. They could read, they could write, they knew accounting, yet they're in human bondage. Thomas Jefferson, when he wrote in 1779, Virginia's Statute on Religious Freedom, stated, Muslims and Jews must have religious freedoms. In the great American novel, Moby Dick, it is about a whale hunting trip. The crew is international. They come from all over the world. And it contains discourses on Islam. It mentions Allah. It mentions Muhammad. It mentions Ramadan. And it mentions Islamic mystics. Yes, written by Herman Melville in 1851. It is the great American novel. Fast forward to contemporary American culture, and we know about the boxer Muhammad Ali. He had a boxing match here in Kuala Lumpur. And we know about Malcolm X, who was a key figure in the civil rights movement and was transformed when he took the Hajj in the early 1960s. Before he went on the Hajj, he was a member of the Nation of Islam. And that was a African-American separatist movement where you could be Muslim, but you couldn't be white. That the only Muslims were actually African Americans. When Malcolm X went on the Hajj, he saw people of all nations on the Hajj, of all colors, and they were equal. He came from a framework where if you had a different color, you weren't equal. You weren't allowed to vote. You weren't allowed to attend school, that no value was actually based on your character. Going on the Hajj expanded his worldview and told him that that was not the way Muslims think. He transformed, and then he became a leader of the civil rights movement. Now, Muslim members of Congress swear their oath of office on the Quran owned by President Thomas Jefferson. But was my father a brave man? The answer is yes. But in his journey, he made friends. Sheikh bin Baya, who lives in the UAE, was one of his friends and offered him hospitality during his journey. A friend of Sheikh bin Baya sits in the second row over there, and I would like to recognize him because one of his grandsons is currently receiving a degree. Thank you very much.
Ampun Tuanku, the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award was introduced in 2018 to honor prominent organization that contributes to global social transformation. IIUM has been awarding the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award to locally based international organizations, starting with Consumer Association of Penang, or CAP, MAJLIS Cancer Negara, MACNA, the Frontliners, and Malaysian Medical Relief Society, MERCY. Today, we will together witness the first regional organization to receive the mentioned award. we are honored to introduce the recipient of the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award in the following multimedia presentation.
Inspired by the universal stature of Ibn Khaldun and his ideas about kinship, solidarity, and the relationship between culture and environment, the International Islamic University Malaysia introduced the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award for Global Social Transformation to honor his scholarly legacy. This award is intended to highlight the value of organizations within the community and to promote its achievements as positive role models for both the government and non-governmental organizations in delivering community service. The recipient of Ibn Khaldun Merit Award for Global Social Transformation is the Health Action International Asia Pacific.
One of the most important elements to this discussion is hearing from those most impacted by access to insulin, people living with diabetes and their families, health professionals, and others.
We are very privileged in the fact that no matter what your mission, no matter the age, the diagnosis.
The two biggest challenges on access to insulin in Peru are availability and price. While in Peru, insulin is tax-free, it's still too pricey for the average citizen.
We advocate to have funding to meet the needs, especially with the current socio-economic situation in our country.
أما إذا بدنا نحكي عن مرضى السكري اللي هن النوع الثاني أو الغير معتمد على الأنسولين كليا، يعني هن نقصد فيه المرضى اللي بيتعاطوا اللي بياخذوا أدوية فموية بالإضافة للأنسولين، أو في البعض الجزء منهم اللي بيكون في عندهم مضاعفات بعض المضاعفات المعينة اللي بيضطروا بس يستعملوا الأنسولين، وهون نحن طبعا بنأكد إنه يكون هذا الشيء بغض النظر عن الجنسية وعن عن جنسه وعن نوعه لهذا الكائن من كان، لأنه هذا الشيء راح يأثر بهذا المجتمع مكان ما هو موجود.
Ampun Tuanku, Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda, the Raja Permaisuri Agong will now confer the Ibn Khaldun Merit Award for Global Social Transformation upon Health Action International Asia Pacific HAIAP. Honorable Dato Sri Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad, founder of the Health Action International Asia Pacific HAIAP, is now invited to receive the award. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku,
Ampun Tuanku, Honorable Dato Sri Muhammad Anwar Fazal Muhammad is now invited to deliver the acceptance speech.
Your Majesty, Honorable President and Director of IIUM, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, distinguished guests, citizens of the universe, children of Mother Earth, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you. It is with great humility and honor that I received the Ibn Khaldun Award, Merit Award for Global Social Transformation. I receive it on behalf of Health Action International Asia and the Pacific, a global network of organizations and individuals all over the world who have over 40 years fought for better health services for all humanity through ensuring that medicines are accessible, are affordable, are safe, are necessary, and always there is justice for all people in all places. We fought some of the largest corporations whose single interest or even triple interest was money, money, and money. We even fought governments who had been influenced, very often corruptly, politically, to ensure that their products were available in a form in which, again, they would make money, money, and money. We succeeded in getting special status for essential drugs that will be available at the lowest cost possible to the whole of humanity. And it was an amazing breakthrough. We work with this with the World Health Organization. We work with them also to develop further international guidelines to ensure no double standards are there. We set up Consumer Interpol that was to ensure that criminal products do not move from one country to another country. A term that even the Interpol in Paris were very proud of when they found out about it and said that we are doing more work than they are. You are catching more criminals than we are. We worked with the World Health Organization for the development of the Alma Ata Declaration for Health for All, which transformed the thinking all over the world with regard to how we should have health services developed so that they are available to all of humanity. I received this award also on behalf of our wonderful global team that actively together over 40 years, as brothers and sisters, as a family, together fought the good fight and made the difference for humanity. In particularly, I want to thank the following dear friends. Dr. Zafrullah Chaudhry of Bangladesh, Dr. Meera Shiva of India, Beverly Snell, and Dr. Ken Harvey of Australia, Dr. Nyadap Khating Angsuli of Thailand, Chi Yok Lin of Malaysia, and Dr. Claudio of Vietnam and Chile. We were also honored many years ago, over 3 years ago, to have a very young lecturer in the University of Science Malaysia who we found was doing amazing work in sharing information and pharmaceuticals. And he received the first, among the earliest, Ole Hansen Award, named after a great doctor who fought against Ciba Geigy to expose the fact that they were selling a drug that was damaging the life of thousands and thousands of Japanese people. That young man, I would say a little boy at that time, was none other than Tan Sri Emeritus Professor Zulkifli. I want also to remember two key high AP staff. The late Dr. Balasubramaniam of Sri Lanka, who worked with the UN and also then worked for HAI and moved to Penang, where the global headquarters for Health Action International was for many years. I also want to remember the late Sheila Kaur of Malaysia, who helmed the Asia Pacific office out of the University of Science Malaysia in Penang. High AP is still alive and well. It will continue to fight for better health, build a new generation of activists, of health activists, that will take our work through what I call the Panchasila of social transformation. Panchasila, as you know, are the 5 principles. And these 5 principles are conscience, courage, competence, creativity, and conviviality. The ability to have dialogue, the ability to have relationships, and how to have differences that we can overcome together. 2, the rector, the team at IIUM, the board of governors, I say thank you so much for initiating this award and for honoring Health Action International, and for taking energetically, very energetically, this Panchasila of transformation as part of the culture of the IIUM, the culture that will inform, ignite, and inspire more action for a better future for all humanity. To the graduates or graduands, I say, if you want to grow, make the whole world your garden. If you want to learn, make the whole world your university. Never forget, we all breathe from one air. We all rise from one ocean. We all drink one water. And we all live under one sky. And our heart beats the same song. Brothers and sisters, thank you so much for inviting us. Wahbila tawfiq, hi hidayah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair, Datuk Sri. Ampun Tuanku, we will now have a short intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. We will be entertained by the IIUM students from the Center for Arts and Cultural Sustainable Development, Chitra.
Ayah dan ibu, ayah dan
Ampun Tuanku. I have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Ida Madiha Abdul Ghani Azmi, Dean, Center for Postgraduate Studies, for the conferment of the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ampun Tuanku. It is with great honor I respectfully invite Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda, the Raja Permaisuri Agong, Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariyah binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakkil Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, Constitutional Head of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy to the graduates.
From AbdulHamid AbuSulayman, Kulliyyah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences.
Al-Madani Yusuf Ahmad Abdullah. Al-Mahruki Said Hamid Hamud. Khalid Khalaf M. Al-Hajri. Ali Hasan Ahmed Ali Al-Marzuki. Ali Zahir. Isah Abibnahi Obalou. Shafarif bin Ghani. Mauza Said Salim. Haifa Muhammad Khalifa Butaina Al-Suwaidi. Maha Mansur A. Al-Said. Mariam Konitat Mutamimul Ula. Asmahan. Mazni binti Muslim. Baidrul Hairil bin Abdurrahim. Hamda Galib Muhammad Abhari. Nur Aina binti Abdullah. Zuherni Ebi. Maita Said Abdullah Al-Kateri. Aisyah Muhammad Rashad. Maisarah Rahmi Hasan. Asilatul Hana binti Abdullah. Alfan Masaud Rashid Al-Saman Al-Tebi. Saraswati anak perempuan Turai Raj. Sulaiman Harun Yaakob Arab. Muhammad Suhail K. Faridudin Fahimuddin. Muhammad Suhail Salim Al-Madawi Al-Mehri. Abdullah Ibrahim Abdul Jabbar Muhammad. Abdurrahman Abdul Latif Muhammad Abdul Latif. Ali Muhammad Al-Salami. Amirah binti Ahmad Zain. Hamama Said Muhammad Sab Al-Khiali. Aisyah Khalifa Muhammad Ghanam Al-Hamani. Aunis Kamel. Arniza binti Abdul Razak.
From Ahmad Ibrahim, Kulliyyah of Laws.
Baljit Singh, anak lelaki Balwan Singh. Khairul Fahmi bin Jamaluddin. Muhammad Sujau Abdul Hakim. Hanifah binti Haidar Ali Tajuddin. Nahid Sultan. Aminat Asfa Syafi. Kamilah Wati binti Muhammad. Kamilia Ibrahim. Altanimuna Said Abdullah.
From the Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance.
Wan Amir Syafiq bin Abdul Nasir. Aditya Ginanjar, Muhammad Abdi Karim Ali Farah, Mansyar Rafiq, Munirah binti Salim, Dayang Safrina Awang Budin, Nur Ifah binti Muhammad Nasir, Zaminor binti Zamzamir alias Zamzamin, Nuralina binti Mat Elias,
From the International Institute for Halal Research and Training,
Nur Amalina binti Mat Yusof, Fazila Hirnani binti Muhammad Janis, Siti Syahirah Safini, Isa Manar Abdullah El Said, Siti Zubaidah binti Abu Kasim, Suhaili binti Su'i,
from the International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilization,
Diah Titis Kusuma Wardani,
from the Kulliyyah of Allied Health Sciences,
Nur Sazwi binti Nordin, Nur Aizura binti Mat Alawi, Aflah binti Afandi, Nuraisyah binti Muhammad Noor,
From the Kulliyyah of Architecture and Environmental Design,
Nik Nurul Hidayah binti Nik Yahya. Muhammad Zaid bin Abdul Ghani. Rasidi Sabri bin Muda. Muhammad Hazrin bin Abdul Ghaffar.
from the Kulliyyah of Economics and Management Sciences,
Mutiah binti Muhammad Jamil. Nur Azliani Haniza binti Cik Pak. Ahmad Daniel bin Zainuddin. Syuhaimi bin Muhammad Saud. Azrin binti Muhammad Zahari. Amalina binti Mursidi. Owoduni Oluwakemi Tanwa Bakari.
Ampun Tuanku. We will now have another short intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. You will be entertained by the IIUM student from the Center for Arts and Cultural Sustainable Development, Chitra.
Adalah kunci untuk kita menaklukkan dunia. Berlarilah tanpa lelah sampai engkau meraihnya. Laskar pelangi takkan terikat waktu. Bebaskan mimpimu di angkasa, warnai bintang di jiwa. Menarilah dan
Ampun Tuanku, I humbly invite Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda the Raja Permaisuri Agong to continue conferring the postgraduate degrees.
From the Kulliyyah of Education,
Zuraida binti Ismail. Taltorit Voltisa. Siti Salma. Syazah Hazirah binti Muhammad Hashim. Ilham Cenu. Sabrina Ahmed. Hasniza binti Ibrahim. Himati anak perempuan Kunalan. Azlina binti Mustafa. Rozaina binti Zainul Abidin. Lina Mursyidah binti Hamzah. Nur Hazwani binti Hanafi. Kamaliyah binti Nordin. Al-Ghalia Sulaiman Abdullah Al-Kindi. Juma Muhammad Hamid Al-Rawahi. Ali Khalfan Hamid Al-Harasi. Ruslan bin Hassan. Muhammad Soleh. Sulaiman Khalfan Al-Sha'ili, Rashid Humaid Said Al-Husni,
from Kulliyyah of Engineering,
Abdul Hassan bin Jaafar, Haris Al-Qadri Ma'arif, Ismail bin Adam, Nasir A.N. Muhaisir, Syarik Hasib, Jalal Muhammad Zayan, Atikah Balkis binti Basri, Siti Fatimah Putri binti Jemain, Siti Nur Hafiza binti Abdul Razak, Wan Fariza binti Wan Abdul Rahman, Nurdina binti Abdul Qadir, Nidja Radia, Benojid Abdul Mohsin, Marwan Atif Ali Badran, Muhammad Ashraf bin Abdul Latif, Ismail Muhammad Khairuddin,
from the Kulliyyah of Information and Communication Technology,
Yosfi Bilal, Waji Hassan, Muhammad Masudur Rahman, Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Najib, Muslim bin Ismail alias Ahmad. Najma Imtiaz Ali. Nur Afzan binti Saleh.
From the Kulliyyah of Medicine,
Ahmad Hafiz bin Zulkifli. Umar Abdul Jabbar Abdul Qadir. Wan Muhammad Salahuddin bin Wan Saleh. Aniza binti Pakir Otuman. Cik Nuzarida binti Cik Seman. Syahidah binti Saharuddin.
from the Kulliyyah of Nursing,
Rusila binti Ruslan. Siti Azuna binti Abu Bakar.
from the Kulliyyah of Pharmacy,
Muhammad Abul Kalam Azad.
from the Kulliyyah of Science,
Muhammad Fikri Akmal bin Muhammad Kotzori. Iswatun Hasanah binti Abdullah Ripe. Muhammad Hakim bin Jamil. Rini Narini binti Muhammad Nasir.
Menjunjung kasih Tuanku.
Ampun Tuanku, I now have the pleasure to call upon Honorable Professor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Rector for Academic and Internationalization and Chairman of the 37th Iium Convocation, for the conferment of the awards.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ampun Tuanku. It is with great honor I respectfully invite Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda the Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariah binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakkil ala Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, the constitutional head of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the Kulliyyah level awards for the doctoral degrees to the winners. Ampun Tuanku. From the International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilisation, the winner is Dr. Diah Titis Kusuma Wardani from Indonesia. From Kulliyyah of Engineering, Dr. Abdul Hassan bin Jaafar from Malaysia. From the International Institute for Halal Research and Training, Dr. Isa Manar Abdullah Al-Sayyid from Egypt. From AbdulHamid AbuSulayman, Kulliyyah of Islamic Liberal Knowledge and Human Sciences, Dr. Ferhat Durmaz from Turkey in absentia. From Kulliyyah of Architecture and Environmental Design, Dr. Rashidi Sabri bin Muda from Malaysia. From Kulliyyah of Allied Health Sciences, Dr. Aflah binti Afandi from Malaysia. From Kulliyyah of Information and Communication Technology, Dr. Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Najid from Malaysia. From IIUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, Dr. Harkati Rafiq from Pakistan in absentia. From Kulliyyah of Medicine, Dr. Cik Nur Zarida binti Cik Seman from Malaysia. From Kulliyyah of Science, Dr. Muhammad Fikri Akmal bin Muhammad Khozari from Malaysia. And finally, from Kulliyyah of Education, Dr. Tartori Voltisa from Albania. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku.
Ampun Tuanku. Representing the graduates, Dr. Manar Abdullah Isa from the International Institute for Halal Research and Training will now deliver her valedictory speech.
Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda, Raja Permaisuri Agung Tunku Hajjah Aziza Aminah Maimunah Iskandariyah, Binti Al-Marhum Al-Mutawakkil ala Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Hajj, the Constitutional Head of International Islamic University, Malaysia. Honorable President and Rector of IIUM, Excellencies and Honorable IIUM Board of Governors, Honorable the District Chieftain of Gombak, Mr. John Robert Crane, Honorable Datu Sri Dr. Muhammad Anwar Fazl Muhammad, founder of Health Action International Asia Pacific, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi al-awwali rabbil bidayat, wal-akhiri rabbil nihayat. Alhamdulillahi alladhi naqifu al-yawma bifadlihi khirrijin wa khirrijat. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, al-qailu fi kitabih, يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات والصلاة والسلام على خير الأنام خاتم النبيين محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Today is a memorable day for all of us. Today is the day that marks an end of our academic journey at the International Islamic University, Malaysia. 2 years ago, we have been worried about being able to complete our studies due to COVID-19 pandemic. We faced many obstacles and challenges, but we were determined to achieve our goals during this stressful time. It has been a long, perhaps exhausting, but certainly a fruitful and rewarding journey. Sitting here today is a proof that we all have succeeded, alhamdulillah. So please allow me to say congratulations to all of us. The world today is not what it was before 2019. The COVID-19 outbreak hindered many activities worldwide. Nevertheless, this pandemic can still be seen as a meaningful experience to enrich our lives in the future. As the pandemic is coming to an end, I can see on the horizon the role of IIUM graduates in dealing with such critical and emerging issues. At the IIUM, we acquired comprehensive knowledge and developed several skills such as digital abilities, positive thinking, problem solving, resilience, agility, adaptability, and continuous learning mindset. We learned to set our goals towards benefiting the Ummah and the humanity in accordance with Maqasid al-Sharia, where the protection of life, faith, property, mind, and dignity are our top priorities. We gained the qualities that can transform regular students into real citizens and leaders. We, the IIUM graduates, became able to adapt to critical circumstances and provide solutions to humanity's biggest challenges. Dear colleagues, during the pandemic, we all have realized how fragile normality is and how the whole world can turn around in a moment. Therefore, we should be prepared. We should be prepared to penetrate all fields in the global market through sharpening the relevant skills needed for the post-pandemic era and developing our personal mission statement. On a personal note, as a PhD graduate from the International Institute of Halal Research and Training in heart with a pharmaceutical background, I pledge to dedicate all my future research towards synthesizing and testing halal pharmaceuticals that contain safe and clean ingredients and are produced in accordance with Islamic regulations. The IIUM and in heart will always be in my heart. الحضور الكرام، زملائي وزميلاتي الأعزاء، جاءت لحظة الحصاد التي نحمد الله فيها على عونه وتوفيقه، ونحصد فيها ثمرة جهودنا ونرسم فيها البسمة على وجوه الأهل والأصدقاء. أمانة عظيمة نحملها اليوم في أعناقنا، وقسم نضعه نصب أعيننا وفي قلوبنا. نقسم أن نراقب الله سبحانه وتعالى في أعمالنا أبد الدهر، وأن نخلص العمل لوجهه الكريم، ونعمل لرفعة بلادنا وأمتنا. وعملاً بحديث رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من لم يشكر الناس لم يشكر الله. ها قد حان وقت الشكر والعرفان بالجميل، لنعطي كل ذي فضل فضله. أهالينا الأعزاء الحاضرين والغائبين، كنتم لنا خير عون بعد الله سبحانه وتعالى. اليوم هو اليوم الذي تفخرون فيه بأبنائكم وتحصدون فيه ثمرة تعبكم ودعواتكم، فشكراً جزيلاً لكم. ونتبع ذلك بقول الله تعالى: رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيراً. أساتذتنا ومربينا، يا من كنتم خير قدوة لنا، يا من غرستم فينا القيم النبيلة وأحييتم فينا حس القيادة وتحمل المسؤولية، ولم تبخلوا علينا بعلمكم ونصائحكم، شكراً لدعمكم وتوجيهكم. جامعتنا العريقة بستان العلم والفضيلة، أيتها الجامعة المهيبة التي مكنت أساتذتها وباحثيها وطلابها أن يضعوا بديع بصماتهم في هذا العالم، شكراً لكل ما قدمتيه لنا من علم وخلق. وإنا لنفخر أننا خريجو الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية في ماليزيا. وأقول لبلدي الثاني ماليزيا ولأخوتي وأخواتي الماليزيين: tiada kata-kata yang mampu diungkapkan bagi menzahirkan rasa terima kasih saya kepada anda semua, kepada UIA khususnya dan kepada Malaysia Amnia. Sejak kali pertama saya menjejak kaki di sini, saya menyaksikan 1001 kebaikan. Kehadiran saya di universiti yang megah ini disambut dengan penuh kemesraan dan keramahan. Saya dapati kebanyakan rakyat Malaysia kuat berpegang dengan tradisi. Ketinggian moral dan nilai rakyatnya mendorong saya untuk tinggal di sini selama 7 tahun. Sehingga saya memperoleh ijazah sarjana dan doktor falsafah. Semoga ikatan ukhuwah yang terjalin akan terus disuburkan. Saya berharap kita akan dapat bekerja sama di masa hadapan dalam usaha mengangkat martabat umat Islam dan membawa kebaikan kepada seluruh manusia. Saya sedar bahawa apa sahaja yang saya lakukan tidak akan cukup untuk membalas budi kalian kepada saya. Last but not least, I will forever be thankful to my supervisor, Professor Yumi Zohanes Hasyum binti Hashim, for her continuous support and for helping me to shape my future. And my deepest gratitude goes to my family and my friends for their immense encouragement. And as I come to the end of my speech, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with His guidance and protection. And to my dear colleagues, be proud that you are the IIUM graduates. Congratulations, Mubarak alaykum al-takharruj, Sulamat bil-graduate. Thank you, Jazakumullahu khairan, terima kasih. Menjajang kasih tuanku.
Ampun Tuanku, I have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Akmal Kuzairi Abdulrahman, Director of the Center for Islamization, to recite the dua.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم إنا نسألك العافية من كل بلية ونسألك تمام الغنى عن الناس. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Pemurah lagi Maha Mengasihani, Berkatilah para graduan kami pada hari ini. Pimpinlah mereka dengan restu-Mu. Bimbinglah mereka dengan petunjuk-Mu. Limpahilah mereka dengan redha-Mu. Jadikanlah mereka dalam kalangan yang tetap dalam mengerjakan kebaikan, mengamalkan kemahiran dan pengetahuan, tabah dalam menghadapi cabaran, tekun dalam pekerjaan, serta sabar dalam tekanan dugaan. Berkatilah para ibu bapa yang selama ini berkorban mendidik dan membesarkan anak-anak mereka untuk menjadi insan yang lebih baik daripada mereka. Berkatilah jua ya Allah, saudara mara, rakan taulan dan guru-guru mereka yang turut menyumbang jasa dalam melakarkan kejayaan mereka pada hari ini. O Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, bless the success of our graduates today and grace them with your divine guidance. Lead them with your blessings and guide them with your mercy so that they will follow the right path in leading this worldly life. Make them your obedient servants who shall lead the society toward success and glory. Let them be righteous and thankful to the deeds of those who had contributed to their achievement today, their parents, family members, friends, and lecturers. Let them be dutiful sons and daughters who shall contribute with what they had learned from this garden of knowledge and virtue to their family, society, and nation. O Allah, God of infinite bounties, bless us with good health and prosperity, grace and guide us to your righteous path, and shower us with your divine mercy. Allahumma hdi wa barik li jalalatil malik, ke bawah dulia maha mulia Seri Paduka Baginda yang di-Pertuan Agung Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah Ibn Al-Marhum Sultan Haj Ahmad Shah Al-Musta'in Billah, wa barik kadzalik Allahumma li jalalatil malikah, ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Seri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agung Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariyah bint al-marhum al-mutawakkil ala Allah Sultan Iskandar al-Haj fi amalihima wa zidhuma barakatan wa khaira. Allahumma ja'al jama'ana hadha jama'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina shaqiyyan wa la mahruma. Allahumma taqabbal minna wa ahsin 'aqibatana fil umuri kulliha innaka ni'mal maula wa ni'mal wakil. وصلى الله على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Ampun Tuanku, the adjournment announcement by Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda the Raja Permaisuri Agong.
Congratulations to the recipients of the Honorary Doctorate, Ibn Khaldun Merit Award and the University Level Awards. This convocation ceremony is hereby adjourned. Thank you very much.
All guests are invited to recite Suratul As.
Ampun Tuanku, Her Majesty Sri Paduka Baginda the Raja Permaisuri Agung Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria binti Almarhum Al-Mutawakkil ala Allah Sultan Iskandar Al-Haj will now leave the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem, Negaraku.
Majesty will now leave the hall. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم آمين تذكر جيراني بذي سلامي ماذا دمعا جرى من مقلة بدمي يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم أم هبت الريح من تلقاء كاظمة وأغض البرق في ظلاء من إضام يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم